Welcome, ladies and gents, here onto FaceitTV for more action for the FACEIT League. It's the penultimate day. It's a super week, but we've only got 2 more days left. It's crazy. And we're going to kick things off here today with Epsilon and Virtus.pro, and it's going to be pretty interesting. I mean, Epsilon, they've been struggling, but they get to play Mirage, and honestly, I feel like this is one of Virtus.pro's best maps. But we did see them struggle in SLTV here and then, so I don't even know Virtus.pro anymore.
Yeah, it's they turn up when they want to. But let's have a look at the rankings and see where they are in the table at the moment. Because as we said yesterday, there are some things going on. We may have to wait for the rankings until a bit later. But as we said, there were there were about 6 teams who could still make it to the top here. But and Virtus.pro definitely one of them. You know, again, we've got Dignitas with a few games in hand. So we're going to see. I think we're going to see a fair bit of Dignitas tomorrow, in particular. But yeah, Virtus.pro versus Epsilon. Again, this is going to be a map where FACEIT needs to bring up the goods along with Scream.
Yeah. Well, the thing is actually, I mean, we should be jumping to the rankings hopefully shortly, but I was checking them earlier, and Titan, they kind of need to really win the next 3 their 3 remaining matches to really secure it. They kind of need to win all the matches. I think they have maybe a margin of error of maybe 1 loss, but they might not qualify. Like we're getting to the crunch time now. The bubble is about to burst, and it's going to be really just gruesome, I think. So anyway, we'll have to see how Virtus.pro actually respond to Epsilon's play here. Because going back to what you're saying, we do have Scream FXShow. FXShow, has he been the consistent AWPer for Epsilon? Do you think that they need at the moment?
Well, I think it's a combination. We saw how big a hole Scream left when he wasn't in that particular match, and FACEIT had to step up his game to win. Well, to keep them in the match and win them the match, but it didn't happen as we may like to have seen. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on how FACEIT has been playing?
Well, I mean, this is actually Epsilon's map pick, which I find surprising. Knowing Virtus.pro, knowing their Mirage, Epsilon, they're gonna have to find. They can't rely on just like this picking in, because if Virtus.pro make this read where they just want to play really passive, they're pretty much, I think, one of the best teams at doing that on this map. So they're going to be able to shut down all the angles and kind of force you to almost play like Inferno, but even though it's Mirage, because that's kind of what it can be like against them, because they'll just funnel you through connector, maybe force you to boost up into CPL, make it really hard to push up short. So they just use all the choke points really really well instead of trying to take fights into the open. And that's one of the things that I always really loved about Virtus.pro on this map, and also the counter flash setups. They have some good counter flash setups on CT, but if Epsilon start CT, I think they've got a really solid chance. Okay,
so we should be going into the game soon, but first we have another announcement to make with regards to our weapons project. So you can see the newest one's about to come up onto the screen, which I haven't even seen yet. Deagle Protrusive. That's an interesting name. It's an interesting name for a big gun. But you can see there we've got the FACEIT colours and the stripes. So if you like the look of that gun, there is a rest of the gun as well. Obviously, it is a long top. bit.ly/Deagle Protrusive. Have a look at the full gun there, and you can see if you like it. Vote it up once again. Weapons going into the cases do contribute to these leagues, so definitely give those a thumbs up. We also have 2 others which have come out, and you can see those on the same workshop page. If you like those, give them a thumbs up. But I think we're going to be going into the knife.
It's knife time, baby. It is knife time.
Speaking of knives, we will be giving away a Huntsman Crimson Web later on in this broadcast, maybe after the 2nd match. So look out for that.
Yeah, we'll have to see how things go here. I really feel a lot of weight. I feel like this result will come down so much to who starts on CP. We know Virtus.pro is really, really sick on CP. Epsilon, they need to get a good start in, and they got to start CT, and it's not going so well in the knife for them. So looks like they're going to be starting on the T side. And
hey, we've seen multiple 1v4s before. Multiple.
He used to get
on this map as well.
5 stabs though. Oh my god. It's just running. Virtus.pro just need to stop.
Yeah.
They just need to stop.
When this happens, guys, and you have the man advantage, just stand in a row.
Also, actually, sometimes people mess it up. Like for example, the CT is like running away here. He'll be like looking behind him, and he won't be taking the optimal lines. If you ever played any racing games, you'll understand like how much you can catch up with someone by just taking the optimal lines. So you can probably just catch up to them by chasing them if you're really smart about it.
The rest of Virtus.pro have left him to take a 1v1 here, but they put Pasha in front, so he can't lose basically. He's gone for the left click as well.
All right.
I can imagine Pasha just shouting goodbye, my friend, on his mic after watching his stream. In war, I cover him, guys.
Okay, so we're gonna have Epsilon starting on the T side. We're gonna have the odds up here. I actually feel like, especially now we're seeing that Virtus.pro going to start on CT, that these odds are gonna be. I feel like they're pretty realistic.
They're gonna prove prothetic.
Yeah, I think those are pretty accurate. We do know that Epsilon have a lot in the bag though to show and a lot of talent to play with, but you can't. It's so hard to bet against Virtus.pro, especially in a position like this. And something I'm going to wonder is obviously how the pistol round goes, because Mirage pistols are always really interesting. How people tend to play around with the meta game and stuff like that. So we'll have to see what Virtus.pro go for with their CT setup on the pistol round. Obviously, getting some early momentum, getting the early first few rounds. If Epsilon were to win the T pistol, that would be fantastic. Obviously, that could just mitigate the damage that should surely arrive now that Virtus.pro is starting on CT.
I never bet against Virtus.pro, ever. I'm too scared. So we're going to have a three-man take on mid here from Virtus.pro. Going to get their bodies up and cut off the middle of the map, so it's going to make it hard for the T's to rotate should they choose to. And this is normally where we see people waiting for Virtus.pro, and on this occasion, they are going to go for them. But the bomb is going towards the B bomb site. You can see Uzzziii there just hanging around. But first we have a little battle for mid here.
Yeah, really aggressive. I like this a lot, actually, from Virtus.pro. Obviously, you get a lot of early information. If they did go for that B or mid play, you can obviously get really good engagements. It's very rare that people just straight up rush A. It's super rare. And in fact, we're going to see that a lot of damage being done towards the B bomb. So that's actually where the bomb is. Even though there's 3 players towards A, I think they wanted to go for some kind of a fake.
Oh, but look at the flank here from the CTs.
We're going to sandwich them straight away. Byali does take down Uzzziii, and the bomber is just running through underpass. Epsilon have to secure middle now to get that bomber through to that A bomb site. And we're going to see GMX coming in from CPL. That's a nice position. And Virtus.pro going to lose out here. GMX does take down Pasha, and that bomb will go down.
Yeah, this is very aggressive tactics here from Virtus.pro, but they are going to have to play for the retake. We've got 2 people waiting for TaZ here. TaZ may have an inkling, may have seen the end of a gun, but he is going to go through and probably get his head popped off. That does indeed happen. And we've got the remaining 2 players here in connector, byali and Neo. Neo with 6 HP. It's not going to be easy. Scream the pistol master. Getting some tags in byali on 41, on 22. Maybe a shot in the back of the head to win the round for Epsilon. And now, again, it's great that they won the pistol round, because now they can really keep up some pressure and try and savage Virtus.pro's economy before it even gets off the ground. And that's going to be the key to winning this match for them.
Yeah, this is the start that they needed for sure. But Virtus are actually going with a very big investment. We're going to see a lot of money thrown into those pistols, even the armor as well, and a few grenades. So I think byali just now brought up another one. We'll have to see if they're able to pull something off here. They have an aggression towards middle and short, and 2 left alone on A. So Epsilon just have to work out exactly where they are, and FACEIT or FoxyZero might just find out that Pasha is waiting behind that smoke. Let's get re-smoked. That's really smart. No information
angles there at all, has he?
No info at all for Virtus.pro. As Epsilon slowly make their way up. This is really good for Virtus. We do have, I believe, CT there on the short angle, and Snax as well from the window room. And he's actually going to take down a PM straight away and get the scout kill onto byali. So TaZ and Pasha able to lock down this area with Snax and Virtus.pro. It seems as if Epsilon kind of played into their setup, and now with that bomb down, GMX needs to come up with a big result. There's Pasha though with that scout picked up, and there's their head found. GMX not going to have a fun time there on short. And Uzzziii, he's got 30 seconds left. Does get the kill onto Neo, but so little in the way of time right now for Uzzziii to actually make this work. Just has to do as much damage as he can. Snax and TaZ picked up AKs. This is really dangerous. Virtus.pro swinging themselves back into the game already. This is nuts.
Yeah, it's a great play by them, and Epsilon getting stuck on short against people with CZs and armor. It's a difficult situation when you're not sure what's around the corner. Obviously, Virtus.pro had ladder room and the early part of the bomb site from the short area. So with no peeking in mid as well, there's no picks for Epsilon, and it allowed Virtus.pro to exploit the mid area and basically face them from multiple angles at the same time. And when you're up against that, it's really hard to coordinate A to look at B, C to look at D, etc. Make sure all your angles are covered there. So great play by Virtus.pro. Very profitable round for them, and it is going to be Uzzziii saving the the Galil, and 4 pistols here for Epsilon.
They just want to try to throw it in right now to stabilize Virtus.pro from all that damage they just did and get rid of those weapons. And Epsilon going to make the push into B. Simple stuff here. Can they execute? Snax there. Going to be dropping 2 straight away. Epsilon, though, they do make their way through. But Pasha is the second line of defense. They're in the bomb site itself. And Virtus.pro looking fantastic. Another kill for Pasha. And Scream is stuck in the apps with nowhere to go. Take down TaZ, but that's all the damage they got, and that was a big investment for them. We're going to see them quite broke now. This is not looking good for Epsilon.
Yeah, this is going to be the eco there, and Snax has already... Oh, we've got double AWP already here in the 4th round for Virtus.pro. So let's see where these AWPs are going to go. Got Snax going towards the mid area, and Pasha also going to have that second angle on Connector. Probably will look back to A afterwards as well. Could possibly go to on the pass though. No, going to go back to A. And we have TaZ loitering around as the B site. Scream just abusing some plants there. Not one for nature.
Well, Virtus looking really solid. It is rare to actually see them pull out the double Opal Mirage. Very rare indeed. So I like this variation that we're seeing from them.
This walking backwards and forwards. It's like a silent disco in the apps.
FACEIT there in the underpass, and Snax. I imagine he's going to get himself quite a few frags if they do commit towards B. But it looks like Epsilon just having a hearty conversation at the moment. A bit of a
oh, someone's going to
convivial.
Die. That's a really nice angle he's got there. Has he spotted that person? I think he has.
I think he's for a pixel, yeah. And there it is. He's repositioning himself there to set up for the shot. He knows they're coming. Snax. So ready right now. PM. I don't know exactly how Epsilon are going to pull this one off, but they are sure as hell going to try. They are just, this is so strange from Epsilon. They're just waiting it out, trying to use the time. They waited for PM to make the move into the A bomb site. Does get taken out immediately. Snax will whiff the shot, so there is chances. TaZ is missing everything. What is going on right now for Virtus? They are making the kill, so, but FACEIT coming in with some PB50. Actually not able to find a single frag, and that was crazy. They missed everything.
Yeah, TaZ was lucky to survive with his life
Yeah.
there. Didn't manage to connect in the early stages of that push. Survived with 2 HP. And being on the CT side, of course, that is really important that he does survive. As you can see, the money is still ranging between 2,000 and 5,000. They want to kind of all be 5,000 and up to be comfortable here on the CT side. Epsilon are going to have the buy now. Galil for GMX and 4 AKs for the remainder of his team.
So just the standard setup here from Epsilon as they just take things very, very slow across the map. Try to catch any pushes from Virtus.pro. Obviously, we can see that they have 2 AWPs at the moment. This may not be something that Epsilon actually know at the moment. I'm not sure if they spotted that the last round. I don't think the second AWP was revealed. So is he going to pop flash himself in? And they're going to set up for this A split. And Virtus.pro in some good positions, actually, to deal with this. I have to see if it's just going to be about the execution now, just about the execution, the team play. And Epsilon, can they defeat the counter flashes of Virtus that can be so devastating on the A bomb site? Push is about to come in.
You can see the positioning here on the radar. It's going to come in from Connector, from lower A and upper A as well, but Neo does get the first flag on Uzzziii. Now the Connector push is coming in and GMX will take out Neo, almost shoot his friend as well. Pasha's going to miss the shot, but the CZ is real. FACEIT goes down. We've still got 2 ops alive, and Pasha gets the last kill on GMX. So that is almost another clean sweep. Neo does go down there, but that's going to be minimal damage for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, you could really see that Virtus.pro had a very strong idea that was about to happen. I think a few seconds before it did, we saw Neo, walking outside, stepping into the angle on slope, did spot the players, and actually got the first frag. It was a bit chaotic, but good clean up there from Virtus. And now Epsilon, in the start of this round, you got to question, what are their goals right now? Obviously, with this kind of a buy, they're just trying to use their money so they can still get the buys in the future and see if they can do some damage, see if they can get some weapons away from Virtus. But so far, Pasha is providing quite a nice little defense there from Connector. That's 2 players he's found. TaZ coming in now as well from short. It's just a bit of a shooting gallery now, as it's just GMX left over. And he might be able to get a frag if he's quick here at the CZ. Well, not quite quick enough though. And he's going to get taken out as well. So Virtus.pro storming ahead. 5-1 the score for them.
Good support there for the AWP in mid. You can see he got the first kill, then the flashbang came in to flash the guy's top mid to give Pasha a bit of extra protection there as he was facing down multiple armor-piercing pistols at the same time. Good control there from Virtus on the anti-eco, and it's going to be Epsilon with 1 round out of a possible 6, and we did say that they need to break the CT economy here, especially on a team like Virtus.pro on a map such as this, and it hasn't happened just yet. This is going to be a critical round here for the Epsilon team. TaZ down to 70 HP. Let's get a slight tag there, but there's no kill so far for Epsilon.
Just really testing all the angles. We can see how defensive Virtus.pro being, but they have a nice setup on connector. Going to get smoked off, but of course they can still see towards short, so this is not perfect from Epsilon, unless it was by design so that FACEIT can actually take the peak with the AWP. He does go for it, does take the frag onto Pasha, and that's a really nice pickup for Epsilon early in the round. They still have a minute to play with, and Virtus.pro, they got Snax with his AWP still in play as well. He's I think he's actually moving towards short now to kind of see if he can find a bit of a crossfire with Neo, and the rotation will come in from Epsilon as they make the call towards the A bomb site.
PM does go down, so that's going to stop the three-way push here. Going to make it just a 2. We've got byali in that all-important position underneath the exit to Palace. Neo does take down the one that's in Palace. That is GMX. So we're going to see only 2 people pushing here from lower A. Scream does also go down to Neo. It's going to be last man standing here. Sorry, there were 2 left, but Uzzziii does go down, shot on the side of the head by byali, and he does also take out FACEIT as well. So again, Virtus.pro surviving with 3 players. They do save both the AWPs as well, so that's going to be minimal damage, and you can see what that means in terms of their economy. They've got 2 players over 10,000, 2 players not far behind, and Neo with 3.5 grand. So Virtus.pro are going to be dandy for a while, unless they lose a few rounds in a row and need to buy AWPs again.
This is so grim here for Epsilon. They're just trying to find anything, and they just can't quite do it, and the economy is getting too good for Virtus.pro. It's just building up, and we're going to see this round come in now from Epsilon. They're going to try to go for the set play towards the A bomb site, and we'll have to see if this is a fairly vanilla set play, just the CT spawn jungling and connector smoke. Maybe the stairs smoke as well. The stairs smoke is really important also. There's the stairs smoke. That's going to cut off
mollies.
He does drop down to jump into the fray there as they push up the slope, but they are all going down. Even Scream to actually burn to the Molotov. And Epsilon, they just can't work their way up. Virtus.pro are so good at defending these A pushes.
Yeah, their CT tactics are just so strong on this map, and I think we had a double molly go down there. I'm not sure if it's stacked when they're on top of each other. We'll have to find out that little tech tip. But again, just a great counters there by Virtus.pro. They kind of sensed when there's certain timing, they throw the smoke into Palace straight away to make things harder for the kind of double-pronged attack there on the A-bomb site, and the double mollies as well. They've just fully prepared. And again, they do use the Molotovs, which are a relatively new addition to Counter-Strike. They do use them a lot stronger than most teams at the moment.
So Uzzzii's just positioned there to try to catch someone who's pushing and maybe even make some noise as the push does come out into the middle. So they're trying to create some threat everywhere, and they also have GMX moving through Palace also. So nice kill from Scream there onto Pasha, and Epsilon actually with a nice opening to this round. They're kind of everywhere, and this is really dangerous for Virtus.pro, because now that that middle is distracting Neo a little bit and Slope as well, maybe GMX can just peek out a window, but PM gets himself up connector and gets the kill, so GMX didn't have to do that. Now he can take the player on the site. This is perfect for Epsilon as TaZ does come through CPL. There's the pop flash goes in. Perfectly done there. Does take down PM. Nice tactical play. And we do have Snax and TaZ now who have to save it. They're both coming in from jungle. And let's not forget about Uzzziii, who is coming from connector. So they might just get sandwiched here. Box 0 with TaZ. AWP. Good position. And the bomb is down. That's going to go straight in though. Does take down GMX. And the 2 1-on-1s could just mean that Virtus.pro can save this round, and it looks really good for them now as Uzzziii has to do something huge here to stop this defuse from happening. And I don't think he can. He won't. And Virtus.pro will take the round, and it's 8-1. And absolutely gutting there for Epsilon. The opener, the mid round play, it was beautiful.
The flashbang from TaZ in jungle was really nice, and it harkens back to 1.6 days where that was quite a common tactic where you'd throw the flashbang, but then peek before it goes off, risking getting flashed, but you're expecting your team, the opponent, to turn away, so you get a free kill essentially, and he showed how it's done there, so that was great play to get a huge kill out of a small advantage.
So we're seeing the buy coming in from Epsilon. We got the AWP on Foxy0, and Foxy0 looking towards Connector. Not going to find anything just yet. Virtus.pro only on one AWP now. It's going to be Pasha. He does actually pick up a quick kill onto middle straight away, and Epsilon need to try to find something in return. Pasha with number 2. The Palace play shut down. It's a very similar round to the previous one for Epsilon, but the result is very much different. Uzzziii coming in with a nice kill there onto Pasha, finally getting something, or Epsilon, but it can't stop there. It's all about how Virtus.pro adapts positionally.
Epsilon stuck in mid at the moment. You can see FaceitTV doesn't know where to look, as that AWP has got 3 places to cover as that smoke dissipates, and we'll get a shot in the back from TaZ on short. Now we have Uzzziii is the last man standing now, versus 4 Virtus.pro, and in mid, they're all going to peek at the same time, and it's just going to be too many angles to cover.
So it's really difficult for Epsilon. You can see they were trying to run the same round as the previous one. That was really effective. Like the previous round was actually kind of nuts that, like, you know, as you mentioned, TaZ was able to bring it back with some strong tactical moves and maneuvers there to create a situation to make the round possible. But really that should have been Epsilon's round. So they then was like, guys, we had that. We did everything right. Let's try it again. And then now Virtus.pro, they're adapting, and Snax now going aggressive. They found the perfect moment to go aggressive, and gives them some info. Epsilon trying to react, but Snax is too good, takes down the double. And might just make himself a triple. They are just lining up for Snax, just running in one at a time even.
It's the bomb as well, so this is pretty much the end of the round, although TaZ needs Snax does need some of his teammates to come and join him here. You have he's on 14 HP now, so he's going to take a more defensive position, and Neo is going to take his place in that lower area.
It's a sad state of affairs for Epsilon. They are left with PM. He does manage to find himself a single kill before he is silenced by Pasha, but that's not going to help them. They don't look at the money for Virtus.pro. It's ridiculous. They are swimming in cash. They have a cartoon duck in their bank swimming around because there's so much money in there.
They are going to continue with just the 1 AWP now, so going to switch things up from the earlier rounds in this first half. This is round 12 of 15 here, and Epsilon find themselves on an eco once again. We've got a smoke from GMX, and that's about it. Actually, sorry, 2 smokes and a flashbang, so they are going to go through mid again, though. I'm going to get the early pick on Pasha. That could be important here.
Unfortunately, they can't easily retrieve the weapon.
Again, you've got those counter mollies there from Virtus.pro, just slowing them down completely and protecting areas of the map.
Yeah, these grenades are really spot on, but GMX goes in. He might just pick up the first weapon there for Epsilon. TaZ in with a frag there from the ladder room. As we get Snax coming in, just moving in through that short area. Picks up 3 kills again. Snax is unstoppable. And I got to say, I feel like Snax recently has been, online at least, the most consistent of the bunch when it comes to Virtus.pro. Every single game I see big performances from him. You know, really important, you know, multiple kills in a single round.
They're all fairly even on the scoreboard at the moment, Virtus.pro. Kind of 9 to 11, 12 kills. And we're going to see 4... well, 1, just GMX is going to go towards A. And this is commonly... this is a common strat you see, like a default setup on the T side, where you've got 1 person towards A, 2 mid, 1 underpass, and then 1 towards B. And they try and get a victim play on from there.
It's a good stop there from PM on the entry of Connector. So they secure Connector now. But what do they do with this? They have a man who is towards slope, but he is looking to actually rotate. So PM, they might just leave PM here, and he can be the lurker whilst they hit up the B play. This looks to be a very strong split, and they even have an extra support. Oh, nice shot there from Scream. PM still creating threat towards A. They can't fully rotate all their players. Byali going to get taken down. Now they can go through to A, thanks to GMX. Snax is going to hold down B, but for what? There's no bomb there. There's no Epsilon players there anymore, and they are going to make their way slowly onto that site. But there is one player who can stop them. Is Pasha, but he's unable to find a connection with that AWP just yet. And there it is, that flanker Scream waiting for him. Very well done by Epsilon. Good mid round calling. Really well played also by PM to get the entry on Connector.
Snax does hear the incoming Scream, and will hold the angle. Scream is going to look for him, but he's probably not going to push through the box. Snax has to be careful here, as I think Scream just did make another step on that table. They may have seen each other. Snax is just going to be hunting for frags here. Almost takes Scream's head off. 36 HP, does tag him through the wall. And that will be that. I think all of these players will survive.
1 HP.
So Epsilon doubled their tally so far in this first half, and this is the second last round.
Yeah, I mean, they had a really nice display of individual skill. We saw the entry from PM, and then also on short, I think it was Scream who made a really nice entry onto short as well. That just blew open the round, and but you have to make good calls after that, and they did. They made some really nice mid-round calls. And here's the big push up middle. Pasha's right there to deal with that, though, and in comes Neo as well. And they do have players coming from short. Virtus.pro assaulting middle, just taking control straight back into their hands. Neo taking some frags as well, as we do have major problems for Epsilon. They've got a man GMX going up a slope, but that bomb is stuck on FACEIT in middle. Nice first connection there. Still more players to find. There's the double, but still 3 players to find. And he needs to cut a path so that FACEIT can actually get back. He might want to rotate through seed spawn, but looks like he is going to go for the slow walk up short.
So if he makes some noise with his scope, TaZ may pop his head off. TaZ is in a position where he can jump back into ladder room as well. Does he hear the scope? That's the question. Oh, he's going to jump into the window.
Thank you, Auto Director.
Wow. Why? I don't know. Man, in before HRTV. Holy crap. Anyway, it is the last round of the first half here, and Virtus.pro looking strong, looking to close this out before we get into the second half here. 12 rounds of a possible 14.
It's like 35 minutes past. This is a slaughter right now.
Indeed it is. Yeah, this is Virtus.pro at their best. And, this is, I mean, as you said, this map was Epsilon's pick, but we know that Virtus.pro are crazy animals on this map. We've seen what they can do to the top teams in this game on this map. But
and in recent months, they've been playing a lot more with AWPs. There was a big period where the rifle setups worked really well for them, but they've thrown in the AWPs. FACEIT with a nice pick onto Neo. There is still Pasha though, who is around and abouts with that AWP. Pasha's actually gonna move in towards middle. He's looking towards underpass for the pick. Oh, and he gets it onto GMX, but of course FACEIT is there up on middle, so the trade is real and it's an advantage for Epsilon. They could certainly take this round.
byali is in an aggressive position, but he's gonna come back. That position could have got him a lot of kills later on in the round, but he'll get one anyway. Scream does go down. That's the strongest player remaining for Team Epsilon. They're going to be left with PM, Uzzziii, FXO. They're going to give away their position slightly. Uzzziii going to look away for the flash. Maybe a bit ghosty V-lag there. byali does go down. That will open up the site for a few seconds. We do have TaZ coming in, and Snax is not far behind him.
TaZ and Snax. I mean, Snax, a considerably clutch player in a 1-on-3. Going to go down immediately. Well played to Epsilon. It was a really nice round. And Virtus.pro, though, you got to hand it to them. 12-3. That is a significant result. I mean, they never really looked to be in trouble, not even once. The only time was maybe after the pistol, but then they just brought it straight back on with the aggression or the counter aggression to the short play of Epsilon.
Indeed. I think it was Epsilon won the pistol, didn't they? They won the pistol,
yeah.
and then Virtus.pro just kind of won almost every single round after that. So it was a fantastic anti-eco from them, and they just went on from there. But we are going to see all the Virtus.pro players going towards the A-bomb site here. So they are setting up for something serious. We've got the smokes coming in. You can see if Scream can find any heads here. He'll definitely need to.
Alright, Virtus.pro up on in the site, so it's about the retake here for Epsilon. And Virtus.pro are deciding to be very, very proactive, very aggressive. That's actually really, really smart, but they're losing the jewels, and that's as simple as it is really. And you're going to have Virtus.pro 3-on-2 now, winning back some frags. byali and Pasha doing a good job as we are screaming from the back. Scream, pistol monster. Not quite the monster that is required for Epsilon at this point in time, though, and the round will actually go to Virtus, and Epsilon could very well just lose the game right here. Yeah,
they have to force it here, but GMX has just disappeared. But looks like they're gonna. Yeah, I think looks like they've just kind of given up on this game already.
They've given up hope.
Yeah, I mean, they still had time to pause the game there, but never mind. We are into the round here. So it's going to be the bomb down here. Nice pick there for Scream, but Virtus.pro will retain control with TaZ in there. He misses a guy on the stairs, gets him afterwards. 2 quick headshots there for TaZ. There's going to be a rotation through to CT from GMX. Going to avoid the nade, but get taken out by Snax, and this round is looking pretty ugly here for Epsilon.
You know, I actually was thinking about the last round, the way that Virtus.pro approached the pistol. You can actually see some of the ways that they, if you put together what they did on their CT pistol and then what they did on the T pistol, I think that tells you a lot about how Virtus.pro are thinking about the metagame right now when it comes to the pistol round. And they do have GMX back, so let's. I'll return to this point as these are some critical rounds here for Epsilon, and we should certainly see what they're able to accomplish here.
I feel like there's a lack of motivation here on the Epsilon side. GMX is reconnected, and he has had no money restored, but they don't even care. They're just like, whatever, let's just play. So they've kind of resigned themselves to the loss. But I do wonder what's going to happen long term with this team, because I mean the morale doesn't seem there at the moment, just judging by those comments.
They are struggling massively on the rankings. They are only higher than Hellraisers, I believe.
Yeah, if you don't have the morale to play, then are you going to win any matches?
Okay, so with the pistol round, which what I found interesting from Virtus.pro. Oh my god, is that even possible? Is this real life? I don't even know.
It's Scream.
It's Scream. Is this real life? No.
Snax going for the knife. Just wants to rub in the victory as much as possible. Is he going to be last man standing? Thought he was going to go for the plant pot there, but decided to spare it.
Alright, so we're going to have 15-3. So Epsilon almost out of this match, and Virtus.pro going to get themselves a key victory. All the victories obviously required for teams like Virtus.pro, Titan, LDLC. That they're in the state where they really badly need points.
Pasha's just laying the hammer down. The Virtus plow. But yeah, this is. I mean, there's not a whole lot we can really say, I think, about this. It's just Virtus.pro just kind of exploiting the opposition, but it's going to be FaceitTV to lose his head to TaZ as the push does come in through short. He does fall to Neo, and Virtus.pro just seems to end it quickly.
So Scream actually going to take a couple frags and making the round doable, but Snax coming in from the back.
That was an expensive
Again,
buy.
byali getting tagged down pretty low. Nice dink there. As Virtus.pro do make their way onto the site, but they don't have the bomb. It is property of Epsilon, so despite the trade, they still have to push Scream's position. The Molotov wasn't really going to do much from just yet. And Scream's going to take the kill, so good stuff there from Scream, gets the triple kill, and we'll see Epsilon then winning a round. And I believe in
Unicorn?
drastic changes of mindset. I believe in morale boosting and stuff like that. I know it's like very far fetched, but you never know. You never know. Sometimes it gets so far gone. You're like, well, maybe let's just try. Just why not?
Yeah. Hey, sometimes you've got nothing to lose. Play a lot better, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully that's what happens here. So putting in work here on that CT side, and they're going to leave Virtus.pro with next to no economy here. Pasha's going to be the only man standing in the palace. Going to admire the flowers as he goes to the bomb site.
Yeah, Virtus.pro have to make sure that, despite the fact that, well, they can't allow their realization, because they have obviously realized as well that Epsilon have been broken a bit mentally in this game, that they can't then become complacent themselves, because then that gives Epsilon that thing that we're talking about, where they do get maybe the perfect situation, where they're like, wow, we just got a really good round. Everyone is like hitting the frags. We have some good money. We have some weapons now. Then maybe they win like another 2 rounds, and then they have momentum. Then now Virtus.pro are ecoing. You know, stuff like that can happen in Counter-Strike.
Like the smack talk in chat may be giving Epsilon a small edge here in the second half. You can see even we've got the cadavers being knifed at the end of the round here by the Epsilon team. So they may be out for revenge after Pasha smack talking in those early rounds.
Well, it is CT. Let's see if they can make this respectable. Let's see if they can get like another 5 to 7, 8 rounds on the board. We're going to have Neo moving his way up. And another good little peek there from Epsilon. Neo is in a very scary position, going to go for the next sidestep. It is TaZ to find the kill though, and this could get dangerous now for Epsilon. Already lost 2 weapons. We do have Virtus.pro picking up that M4 on Neo, and Pasha gets an M4 as well. Neo, ooh, almost with the double, and it's all on Pasha. He's going to go down, but 3 weapons lost, and it's not something they can really afford this early on.
No, they don't have the money for these kind of losses during a round, and that is going to be expensive. FACEIT, of course, is going to go up for the AWP, leaving him with $50 in the bank. And Scream is probably going to, I'm assuming he's got a weapon and we can't see it because of the bug on the HUD.
I mean, if Virtus.pro just keep killing 3 players, they're never going to make money. They're never going to, their bank will never increase, basically.
Yeah.
So this obviously becomes a point where you know, eventually they don't have weapons, more or less. So yeah, this could get a bit awkward for Epsilon.
They could end up winning a round and having someone on a pistol only.
Yes. GMX going to go for the peek there through the smoke, but Virtus.pro more than ready for that. Epsilon is going to get pop flashed over. No, he's just going to crouch into byali's reticle, and he will go down. So Virtus.pro look like they're on the about to win this match now.
Yeah, looking at Scream's rotation there from CT towards the B bomb site, looks like the guy who died on A slope saw the first person, but not the second person who was carrying the bomb, and that person is TaZ. So we're going to see what Epsilon can do here. They're on the ropes, and that could be it here. 3 versus 1. They know where he is.
There it is. So it's going to be 16-6. Virtus.pro are going to take down Epsilon. We have for those of you that don't remember or weren't tuning in last night. So this thing happened where Hellraisers. Who did they beat?
Only Titan.
Only Titan.
DreamHack Stockholm
like what was it,
champions.
like 16?
They didn't beat
or
them.
something.
They stomped on them. They tripped them up from behind.
It was 16-1,
and
right?
they pushed their heads into the mud. That's what they did. And they pulled their pants down.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And 2 of the players had to get subbed out for Hellraisers as well, and it was on cash. And the next match is going to be Hellraisers versus NIP on cash. So this could be pretty interesting. I hope that Hellraisers bring the same form that they had last night into this match with NIP. If they do, we have an awesome match on our hands, guys. So stay tuned, tell your friends, and we'll be right back.